SBR Videos is sponsored by Sports Cash System. Click on the link below for more information. Hi, welcome to SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. This is the NFL Line Moves show that we do every Friday afternoon with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. Joe Duffy's having a great year at his website, and in our free picks videos in the NFL this year, 25-13 against the spread, which is a phenomenal record in the NFL and a pretty damn big sample size as well. Joe Duffy, thanks for being back with us.
Thank you, Peter.
All right, let's give a plug for OffshoreInsiders.com very quickly before we start taking a look at the line moves for NFL Week 16.
Yeah, it has been a good year all around, right at about 60% for the wise guy plays, but our major plays have been darn good as well. And we keep hitting these primetime games. Sometimes we enter Sunday night, a game behind 500, and then we keep sweeping the Sunday night and the Monday night game. So it's been a tremendous year, tremendous 26 years, OffshoreInsiders.com.
Okay, sounds good. All right, the first two line moves that I want to ask you about, not surprising line moves, right? Cincinnati, great team at home this year. They're already up to a -8. That was -7 earlier in the week. And Seattle, just killing it week after week, covering big spreads. Public and sharps loving them. Seattle's now up to 10.5 over Arizona. Both those line moves not unexpected at all, right?
Yeah, no, yes and no. It's not in that there is zero question whatsoever. The public loves betting teams that need it more. So when you have a team that's battling for the playoffs against a team that has no chance at going to the playoffs, no question the public's going to bet it. But I actually thought the fact that Adrian Peterson, the beginning of the week, it was questioned whether he's going to play. Latest injury news says he's probably going to play. So I thought that would have brought some money back on Minnesota, or even the odds makers being proactive and dropping the line a little bit more. I still think that line will go down, but ultimately, yeah, no question about it. The public says, I'm going to bet on the team that needs it more. So for that reason, it isn't a surprise.
So you think that this might be one of those lines? Because a lot of times we do see this, we see big line moves on game day, and you think this might be one of those lines that'll go, back down to 7 and then maybe even like +7, -120 at some books?
Yeah, I would say as it gets closer to game time, if it looks like Adrian Peterson is going to play and Minnesota's all of a sudden gotten competitive, I would say yes, the line is likely to go down. Now, obviously, if all of a sudden the news about Adrian Peterson says he's not going to play, then it won't. So it's all dependent on Peterson. But yeah, if Peterson is likely to play, I do think some sharps are going to bet on the underdog.
Okay, and then Seattle. Right now they're up to 10.5. The public's been betting them at least decently, maybe overwhelmingly, as they did last week. And Arizona has some injury issues too as well, right?
Yeah, no, and obviously in the case of Seattle, not only are they one of the best teams in the NFL, they are especially dominant at home. Like Seattle and New Orleans are the two teams that jump out that are just incredible at home, and there's no way the public is going to be betting against Seattle at home. They love Seattle, period, but especially at home. And yeah, Arizona's certainly had their share of, they've been banged up really all year.
All right, and then, there are a couple other games. The KC line hasn't moved up to 7 yet, and the Denver line actually moved down to about 9 or 9.5. Now it's creeping back up a little bit. What do you have to say about either of those?
Yeah, I think the line's going to go up a little bit now. It looks like Champ Bailey could be playing in his 4th game this year. How effective he's going to be, it's hard to say. But again, it gets back to what I said all along. The Broncos are a team, they're still fighting for positioning in the playoffs. Houston, obviously, with no chance at going to the playoffs. So there's no question that the public is going to be more inclined to bet Denver. But, Houston, Matt Schaub, he's got a second life. There's no question that Schaub isn't as horrific as he's looked this year. And maybe now that he's got another chance, I do think some sharps are going to take a chance on Houston as a big home underdog.
All right, well, those are the only line moves that I want to specifically get to. Are there any other line moves or current lines that you find interesting for any reason?
Well, keep a close eye on the weather reports. It looks like there's a very good chance of rain in Washington, Philadelphia, the Jets, Cincinnati, Baltimore, Seattle. If it is raining on game day, the totals will probably drop a little bit. But as we always say, the totals are more about wind than it is rain. Our rule is if it's raining, but the wind is going to be less than 15 miles an hour and the totals drop, then all of a sudden the over becomes a sharp play. But as of Friday afternoon, the wind gusts look like they're probably going to be heaviest in Carolina. And that could change. The Sunday weather reports could say something different, but keep a very close eye on those totals.
All right, Joe Duffy, thanks once again, and we will talk to you on Monday.
All right, thank you, Peter.